Please rise. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silent tribute to the late Richard P. Tusher, former Supervisor of Riverside Township. May he rest in peace. Clerk Blau, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Clark? Present. Trustee Drapka?
President accounted for.
Trustee Hollenbach?
Present.
Trustee Lupfer?
Present.
Supervisor Wilt?
Here.
Let the record know, Clerk Blau's in attendance.
Thank you. You have in your packets the minutes of the Riverside Township Board meeting of March 12th. What is your pleasure?
Make a motion we approve the minutes of the Riverside Township meeting for March 12th, 2019.
I have a motion by Trustee Hollenbach.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Clark to approve the minutes of March 12th, 2019. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, then all in favor of accepting the minutes of the March 12th meeting, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Thank you. Are there any communications, Clerk Blau?
There are several. On behalf of the Riverside Township Lions Club, please accept this donation to further your endeavors in helping those in needs from the Riverside Township Lions Club, $350. We have a book here from Silkle Spirit, 15th Annual Exhibit. It shows our beautiful ad that we put in,
It was part of our grant.
part of our grant from last month. We received a thank you letter from Beds Plus thanking us for a $5,000 donation. We received a letter of thank you from the Riverside School District 96 in support of their Cougar Advancement Program. We gave them a grant last month. A letter from Access to Care. Your grant of $5,000 will be used to enroll 8 additional low-income, uninsured, and underinsured residents of Riverside Township into Access for Care program for 1 year. And that concludes our communications.
Thank you very much. Yes, Trustee Clark?
Donation from the Lions Club, was that earmarked for anything, or just a donation for
I believe that would have been food pantry.
a food pantry? Okay.
Okay. Anything else? None of that communication requires any action, so we'll move along. Are there any visitors who would like to make any remarks at this point in time? Please approach the microphone and identify yourself.
Kathy Haley, 2437 South Fifth Avenue. I just want to compliment you on the new website. It looks really nice.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to the meeting.
Thanks for checking out the website.
All right, any other remarks from any of the visitors? All right, then, the Supervisors Report, you've heard enough from me already, I think. As I mentioned in the annual meeting, this room, as well as all the other public rooms, now have Wi-Fi. If you check on your phone, it will say Riverside Township New, and you should have much better signal in here, I hope. And then, otherwise, we've been continuing with most of our progress on items. The accountants have notified us of a slight increase for the coming year of their fees. It's nothing that I didn't account for in the budget, so I'm not concerned about that. We hadn't had a raise from them in quite a while, so That is something that we will just accept. It's like, as I said, it was like $50 a month, and not a huge problem. I am still seeking out law firms, so I don't have any recommendations at this point. And other than that, we have been busy with food pantry, with nurse's closet, with all of our services. Actually, we always, as I mentioned in the annual meeting, we always see an uptick every time either a newsletter comes out or when we did the postcard. So we are very pleased that people are taking part in the services that we can offer. Anybody has any questions? I'll deal.
I have one question. In your last report, you had mentioned a security situation. Has that been? That's
been working beautifully. We get an electronic report every morning. It comes both to me and to staff. Anything is noted in there. They have checkpoints within the building. They make sure all the lights and locks are secured, and if there's anything that they find was opened, they make mention of it. So we know. We also have some security cameras so we can follow up if there was some issue. But it's been working out very well.
Good.
Anything else? Then are there any trustee reports?
The senior social drop-in is tomorrow. We'll be serving a light lunch, and I'm trying to set up a tea for May where we go to a place in Downers Grove and have tea. And there will be a slight fee for that outing.
And that's in May. Okay, thank you. Trustee Drapka, do you have anything?
No report.
Trustee Lupfer, do you have anything?
Yes, I do. Our discussion about the sesquicentennial or whatever.
Sesquicentennial?
Celebration made me reach out to a group that we support, the Indian Guides and Princesses, and they are very interested in running, overseeing, helping coordinate some kind of cook-off, like a barbecue cook-off. You get locals and others around. I think it'd be a great thing to include in our celebration, and they're more than willing to do it. So I'll keep you posted and be the liaison between the groups.
Very good. We will, we probably should start thinking about regular committee of the whole meetings for that purpose as well,
Just to discuss what we're gonna do.
with the celebration, yes. Something separate so that we can actually deal with that. And
I would offer to host a meeting at my house, like a kickoff meeting, and we can have some dinner.
I don't know if this has, I think it would have to be a public meeting.
Oh,
Has to be
just a
public.
kickoff
Yeah.
to,
Just, yeah, I think if we're going to be discussing things where we might be spending township funds for a celebration, I think we'll need to do that as a committee of the whole officially.
Yep.
Okay? And Trustee Heilenbach, do you have anything?
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow board members. As you heard the report from the Mental Health Board, we've been very, very busy with different projects. I have one more now that we are going to go forward with, and this one is very, very important. We have partnered up with NAMI and Riverside Brookfield High School. Beginning next year, we're going to start a texting program for students, which if they have some type of trouble, they text a code word to a number, and they get a quotition to text them back and start communicate with them. This program has been being done in Oak Park River Forest High School with tremendous success. It's helped quite a few, so much that the parents have asked if they can text the word. Because, well, they have, they're dealing with their child that goes through this. We're going to try it at Riverside Brookfield High School. I know that Hauser Junior High has expressed that they're interested in it, but they want to see how it works at RB. We should be finalizing that in the next, I would say, a couple of months, and it should be ready to go by the beginning of next school year. As far as WSSRA is concerned, you saw that we spent our initial, some money on that. More and more people are getting involved in it, so we're excited about that. We really are. I think that's a great program. Also, I know that Supervisor Wilt has been notified about the the community person that's it's a triage, and that should be going by hopefully early summer, June. 3 days a week, about 15 hours, which includes some evenings and a Saturday, because a lot of people can't make it during the week, so we want to make sure that there's a Saturday involved. So I appreciate Supervisor Wilt's efforts on this, and that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions for him?
This texting a code word, if they're in trouble, is that if they're in emotional trouble or?
Any type of stress that they may be feeling, if they're having a hard time dealing with something, Oak Park River Forest uses the word hope. They text the word hope to a number, and they get a person that is hired by NAMI to monitor this, and they talk people through or whatever the case may be. It's a great program, it really is.
It sounds like it is.
And NAMI coordinates that.
The NAMI, yes, ma'am.
Could I just say that once you have a little more detail on that, I think the village would be happy to help push that information out, on e-flash or social media, whatever, just, I know it's gonna go out to the school, but, you know, just so parents are aware of it too.
Absolutely, and we're gonna put it up on our, I appreciate that, thank you very much, absolutely. And this is, like I said, it's gonna be a trial program for the high school. We've got materials, the materials will be plastered all over that high school. I mean, it's gonna be all over it. Look, if you got a problem, contact us. And I think it's gonna be a huge success, I really do. And I think the following year, once Hauser sees how well it's doing, we will roll it out to any of the schools in the township area that feel they may need something like that.
Excellent. Any other questions? Thank you. All right, then on to unfinished business, and as I already mentioned previously, we have the hearing for the budget. We'll vote on that at next month's meetings to provide the legal period of publication. And the legal counsel, I don't have any recommendations yet at this time. So we can move on to new business. And you have in your packets a request for a budgetary transfer of appropriations. And this is for, it comes out of the general town fund. Let me see, we are looking at equipment. So I'll just read it. The Board of Trustees of the Town of Riverside and Cook County hereby transferred from unexpended balance in the item as contained in the general town fund in the said budget and appropriation ordinance. So that would be equipment, the sum of $1,260, which transferred amounts are hereby added to the items as contained in the same fund of said ordinance. Office salaries, sum of $900, and maintenance of equipment, the sum of $360. So making the adjusted appropriations of the aforesaid items to be equipment, $3,740, office salaries, sum of $36,890, and maintenance of equipment, the sum of $2,860. And this, I believe, was in the, is this the assessor's office? Yes, this is within the assessor's budget.
I make a motion that we approve the budgetary transfer for the assessor's office.
Second.
I have a motion by trustee Heilenbach, seconded by trustee Clark, to approve the budgetary transfer of appropriations for the assessor's division in the amounts as formerly stated. Any discussion? Then Clerk Blau, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
Trustee Drapka?
Yes.
Trustee Hollenbach?
Yes.
Trustee Lupfer?
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. You have an item here regarding some electronics that are no longer usable for recycling. And since there is an electronics, there's both a facility here in town, but there's also an event coming up at the zoo. This seemed to be a good time to bring this forward. So you have a list, there would be one computer desktop tower this was the old supervisor's computer, which was replaced in 2017. It contains 2 hard drives that will be destroyed prior to recycling, 2 flat-screen monitors replaced in the township office also in July of 2017, 3 inkjet printers from the township office, all are broken ones, 2 town hall defibrillators, which were replaced now in mid-2018, some old audiovisual equipment from this room. This was replaced in 2018, so there's 1 VCR, 1 DVD player, and 1 projector, and 1 broken water cooler from the township office. Handle broke off, we replaced it, but we have this equipment that needs to be recycled. So what is your pleasure?
Do we need a motion on this?
Yeah, we need to approve it.
I make a motion that we take care of the recycling of old township electronics.
I'll second it.
Thank you. I have a motion by trustee Drapka, seconded by trustee Lupfer, to recycle the items as noted here. Any discussion?
Yes, on the flat-screen computer monitors, are they any good? Can we donate them to some organization?
Andrew, they still work?
You know, I mean, can we donate those, or?
If you know of someone who
I
needs them,
don't,
we certainly.
I don't, I'm just, thinking, and the other thing I have is the defibrillators. Shouldn't the fire department be taking care of that?
They did.
They left them with us when they replaced
Did they take out all the batteries and everything else?
the batteries home. It's downstairs at Beekman right now because it's low battery.
I don't know if the electronics recycling is gonna take that. So,
That's a good question.
I think Supervisor Wilt, if you could contact Chief Buckley at
Sure.
Riverside
Sure.
and see what he does with these old defibrillators beforehand.
Yeah, he leaves them in our basement.
Besides leaving them in our basement. And, if he says they can be recycled, that's fine. I would not want somebody to get a hold of that, especially with the batteries being as bad as they are. And, come here, Bob, let me, so. Stranger things have happened. So if you could check on those flat-screen computer monitors and the town hall defibrillators, that'd be great.
Very good.
Shoot that the way in, too.
All righty, did we vote on that motion? I'm sorry, I've
We
lost
didn't
track.
vote on it.
I don't think so. Okay, so we have a motion to recycle or reuse the equipment as noted in this discussion. And Clerk Blau, would you please call the roll on that?
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
Trustee Drapka?
Yes.
Trustee Hollenbach?
Yes.
Trustee Lupfer?
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you. On to the North Riverside Mayor's Golf Outing. It is in your packets.
I would like to make a motion that we sponsor 2 Eagle sponsors for the North Riverside Youth Program and Educational Scholarship Fund Golf Outing to take place June 10th.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and by trustee Drapka, seconded by trustee Heilenbach, to provide 2 Eagle sponsorships to the North Riverside Youth Scholarship Fund Golf Outing to be held on June 10th. Is there any discussion?
Is that our usual,
That's what we've been doing for the last few years.
do we fill out the golf?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone who's interested in taking part, please let us know so that we can provide them names sooner rather than later. All right, would you please, Clerk Blau, take the roll on that?
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
Trustee Drapka?
Yes.
Trustee Hollenbach?
Yes.
Trustee Lupfer?
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Okay, thank you. We also have information, we have the application from North Riverside Parks and Recreation for the Independence Day Parade. We have been in touch with both Riverside and Brookfield, but we do not have their applications yet.
Riverside did last month.
Oh, thank you. Never mind. Yeah, so it's just Brookfield. So there's the parades begin, Riverside's begins at, lineup is at 8:15 and it steps off at 8:45. Brookfield's lineup is at 9, stepping off at 10, and North Riverside's is a 10 step off. So as usual, we'll start in Riverside and then split off into 2 groups so that we can be represented in all of the communities. And these generally do not have any cost, so I presume you all want to participate in all of these.
Can I request Brookfield?
You want to go to Brookfield?
Yeah, I know a lot more people in Brookfield.
Okay,
They
that's
don't
it.
want to.
Duly noted, you get the Brookfield run.
I'll be also in Brookfield.
All right.
They look at me like, in North Riverside, like, who are
Who's
you?
that guy, huh? All righty. Very good. So then you have information under item F. We did not send flowers. Flowers are so passing to Supervisor Tusher's wake, but I would recommend that we make a memorial donation in his honor. And since he had a relationship, having been on the board of the Brookfield Library, I think that that would probably be very suitable unless you have a better recommendation. And I will entertain a motion for a memorial donation in his honor.
I'll make a motion to do that for $100.
$100?
I'll second it.
I have a motion by
Is
trustee,
that a good amount? I mean,
Then just,
perhaps a little bit more considering the position he held for as long as he did. I don't know.
200, 250, what are we?
It's up to this
250.
board, but,
I would think 250 would be a very nice donation.
Okay, so I want to amend my motion to donate a memorial to the Brookfield Library in memory of Rich Tushler for $250.
I have
I'll
a
second
motion.
it again.
I have a motion by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee Lupfer, to donate $250 to the Foundation for the Brookfield Library in memory of Richard P. Tusher. Any discussion?
Yeah, since Rich, he did have a relationship with that Brookfield Library, I mean, and he was a Brookfield resident, I think that's very appropriate.
As a reader, I'm, all for libraries.
Well, and they have a big project ahead of them, looking to build a new library, so certainly that, I'm sure that would be greatly appreciated. So, if Clerk Blau would please call the roll on that motion for $250.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
Trustee Drapka?
Yes.
Trustee Hollenbach?
Yes.
Trustee Lupfer?
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Very good. The informational items here include the Aging Well Month Luncheon, which takes place on May 1st. Our support of that event and Aging Well Month gives us 6 tickets. So I believe trustee Clark had already requested. I plan to attend. Anyone else want to go or have any recommendations on who can use these?
You know the Kibinskis like to go,
Pardon?
if we have extra tickets.
The Kibinskis?
Kibinskis.
Okay.
I believe they're going for the mental health board.
Oh, so they already have tickets?
They already have to.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, check your calendars. It's always a very lovely luncheon. They honor senior volunteers. Everybody gets a nice little goodie bag. We've already provided them with some items for those swag bags.
Swag bags,
Yes,
there you go.
yes. So, there you go. Then we have, again, we have signed up for the North Riverside Senior Fair to be held on Thursday, May 16th from 10 a.m. until noon. And so if any of you would like to be there, we have ordered some giveaway items for that event. You've already found samples of those in your mailboxes. And we plan to have a presence there for that 2-hour event. And Trustee Clark, did you indicate you would also be there?
Yeah.
If anybody else would like to be there, just let us know. And otherwise, we will staff it from the office.
I'll be there.
Fran? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And then we have, we received information about a fundraising event for, to benefit UCP Seguin, the Great Chef's Tasting Party. And that is to be held on May 30th. And there you see the cost and reservations. I just wanted to share that with you.
We, if I can,
Yes, please.
Supervisor Will, we support that event, okay? We buy a table, as we do with all the other of our agencies. You will get an email if, you know, the Mental Health Board, I'm sure there'll be openings, because it's on like a Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So, for May 30th, so you'll get some invitations from that, I'm sure.
Okay,
Thank you.
very
And
good.
I attended this event last year, and it was so much fun.
Really?
Yes. So I didn't know what to expect, but it was really a great event.
Excellent to know. Similarly, I did notify you that the Mental Health Board has offered that there are 2 tickets available for this Friday's event for community support services. That one is at the lodge in Oak Brook. So please let either Les McDonald, or I think Les McDonald, know if you are interested in attending that, or let us know and we'll tell him. So please,
What's going on? I don't remember.
it's their annual, it's a dinner and silent auction, and it's quite a nice event. Business,
Sorry,
business press.
Excuse me. I'll get it out eventually.
All right. Okay, there being no other business at this point, this would be the appropriate time to go into closed session.
I make a motion that we go into executive session.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by trustee Drapka, seconded by trustee Hollenbach, to go into executive session.
I really think that we should go in the other room. If we're gonna discuss salaries.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion is carried. We could do that if you want.